Namaste. Our touch of light today is focused on seeing God's light everywhere. There was a beautiful experience that I had some years ago. I was in some committee meeting, and we were which doesn't sound like a beautiful experience, nor was it, but we were discussing something mundane, and I must admit my mind was wandering. But in the room where we were sitting, there were these beautiful crystals hanging in the window, and they were reflecting lovely little rainbows on the wall. And I must admit I was paying more attention to the rainbows than the discussion. But then the angle of the light changed, and the rainbows began shining on the forehead of all the people who were having this serious meeting. And I don't know if others saw it or if I was the only one, but I just became mesmerized because each one had as though they were wearing a rainbow diadem, and there was this beautiful light shining from the forehead of each person. And I sat there, and now, many years later, I have no idea what we were talking about, but I do remember the light that I saw shining on everyone's forehead and how it changed my perspective of who they were. Our guru, Paramahansa Yogananda, was one with this divine light, and he said, I see God's light within all things, the trees, the grass, and everyone I meet. He said, you are all filled with light. You have no idea how beautiful you are. And if we can remember this and tune into that light in others. I was leading a few years ago, a women's retreat, and we had had some lovely times together, sharing and meditating, doing yoga postures. And then the last morning, we did this closing circle where each person held a votive candle, and we looked at that one person, and then the woman sitting to the right of the person holding the candle said, Lord, bless the light that is in that person's name. And we went around the circle in such a way, Lord, bless the light that is in Shanti, bless the light that is in Kalavati, and so forth, all around. But the more we went around the circle, people began weeping, both the person holding the candle and those of us praying for the person, because we began realizing that when we accepted the light within us and saw it in others, the feeling of love and unity and God's presence was so profound that we were all deeply moved. So I invite you, try in many circumstances, even when it's difficult, to see the divinity in those around you, to see God's light shining there.